Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing Ford's affordable EV, a base model Mustang Mach-E. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford here in Draper for giving me some time with this car. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Scott. And then I'll also include a link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. So here's the front storage space with the Mustang Mach-E, similar to what you have in a Tesla, and I guess this is where I'll quickly talk about the specs. 72 kilowatt hour battery pack. We've got a rear wheel drive with this because it's got a single electric motor, 250 miles of electric driving range, and then 266 horsepower. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So even this entry-level Mach-E looks really sharp. So I like how you've got the Mustang logo there front and center that contrast all the white elements on this particular one, and then really cool headlight design there. Look at that. That's definitely fun. But yeah, really nice metallic white paint on this too. Pops in the sunlight, and so it just has that, EV look. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver with the blacked out elements. And then I love how the fender flares are really chunky. See if you get the trim on the side. Got your Mach-E logo. No Ford because this is a rear wheel drive, right? And then here's your full side view with the Mach-E. Now taking a look at the key fob, we get the Mustang logo there in the back, lock, unlock, and then this is the unlock for the hatch. Now the hatch is pretty easy to open. You just have a little button there that you can press to open it up. We've got a cargo cover there over the window, which is nice. Storage space back here is solid. This is similar to like the Model Y in terms of its storage. The Model Y I'd say has a bit more storage, but this is definitely a close contender. This is not power, so you do have to pop that down yourself. Got the Mustang style tail lights here. Again, another Mustang logo on the back. And yeah, look at this paint. It pops. It absolutely pops. So, yeah, overall stylistically for an electric car, I still think this looks good. Even to this day, it has, its own distinct style. Now, popping inside, soft touch here at the top and down below. You can see the little door handle here, pretty cool. And then here are these seats. Look at the stitching on them. Really nice. The trim, and then I'll just quickly pop in. You pretty much just slide right across. Legroom here's pretty decent. Got a little storage pocket right there. I like this trim on the seat. And then we've got the vents right here, USB down below. And then headroom back here, it's decent, not massive, but decent. But I will say these seats, comfortable. Now take a look at the front door panel again, soft touch just like the back and down below. Got all of our window controls with our mirror adjustments. Blind spot ring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Again with all that kind of like cross stitching and everything. Power adjustments there on the side. Light controls as well. See the soft touch there on the dash, and then pretty cool design all across. So taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got the Mustang horse there, front and center. We've got stuff like adaptive cruise control. Got your volume controls on the other side, which is kind of hard to see because of the lighting there. But yeah, nice trim all around the steering wheel. You get your regular stocks here on the back. And then I love how we have an actual gauge cluster, unlike a Model Y. So you can see your speed. It shows you your range too. So it says 49%, 103 miles. Interesting. It said 250 on the window sticker, but it is what it is. In reverse, you can see we've got that bird's eye view. We also have the backup camera there, so solid camera system overall. And then we've got this huge tablet. Vehicle tab is important with the Mach-E. See, this is where you control the drive modes, and then you can do the one pedal drive. Got the propulsion sound as well. And then this is where you can also do the camera system with it. So that's a nice feature. And then this is kind of like your pull down tab for general stuff like radio and all of that. And then you'll probably notice, but climate controls are always accessible at the bottom. Easy to use, that whole system. I like how it goes from volume to fan speed. That's kind of fun with how that function is. So I got some storage space below the infotainment system, some cup holders here, little dial shifter, parking brake with your hazard lights, and then, or sorry, parking assist, parking brakes behind it. Got the P's mixed up. Make sure you have your P's and Q's in order. But anyways, there's a little storage space. Nice center console lid. And then I like this trim across the dash. Got a traditional glove box, and then got a little sunglass holder up top, as well as garage door openers. So there's quite a big glare, so it's kind of hard to see, but Mach-E Select, $43,385. There is some dealer discount on top of the manufacturer having discounted this. So I think this is closer to like $40,000 for the price tag with this one. But let's take it out and drive it. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's the visibility of the hood. Both mirrors, dual blind spotting. Throughout the rest of the rear. And I'm gonna turn that down. But then also, wrong way. Turn that down. Okay. Definitely has a little bit of a learning curve for just me. Just me. But this GoPro's on a little bit weird. There we go. Let's set off. I already did a review on the Mach-E for 24, if I remember right. The only reason I'm doing this is because Ford had a little bit of a price cut with the Mach-E, and so I figured an update video post price cut would be something that's worth doing, or at least I think it's worth doing. So first things first, smooth, which is expected, right? Most EVs. Seats are pretty comfortable. I like the fact that these aren't cloth seats, so these are going to be easier to clean. I always think about that stuff now. If you ever have kids, you'll understand, or if you've already had kids, you already understand. But pretty quiet interior too. Do I have the propulsion sound on? Doesn't really do much at low speeds. The propulsion sound. And it's pretty quiet. But maybe it's because I recently reviewed that Hyundai Ioniq N, and that thing's like doing fake engine to the max. Fake gear shifts even with that car. It's a very interesting experience, to say the least. I'm wondering if more manufacturers are going to go for what Hyundai did with that. Yeah, this propulsion sounds not crazy like the GT Mach-E has a much more pronounced propulsion sound compared to what this one has. Let's turn it off. See if I notice any difference. Oh, it's making the little whir sound. So the propulsion sound in this is pretty wimpy. But it drives well. You know, great power delivery. The thing about electric cars is, you know, on the low end, you don't need a lot of horsepower. So like if you're just driving around town, this is more than enough power for an electric car. More than enough. So when you get on the highway, that electric cars can feel a little bit lackluster in certain circumstances, where you feel like you need a little bit more power. Like I had a Genesis GV60 this week as a tester, and that car felt great up to 60 miles an hour. Then above 60 miles an hour, it just felt weak. The boost function, you know, it's something that you don't necessarily want to use all the time. Pretty quick. Pretty quick overall. Let's see if this Hyundai moves over. You can come in, little guy. There we go. But yeah, I mean, it's got decent power. It drives well. I could see. That's funny. I thought these people might have hit into each other, but no, they're both turning. Yeah, I could see an argument here for wanting the all-wheel drive version, which is a little bit more expensive, you know, driving this in all 4 seasons. But like, if you don't need all-wheel drive, like if you're in California or something, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. So to cap things off, yeah, solid value. I mean, Ford's brought down the prices, so this is, again, after dealer discounts, like almost 40 grand for the MSRP price, which for the equipment you're getting in this car, for the driving experience, I mean, it's somewhat reasonable, but it's still more expensive than, like, I don't know, when I look at the Mustang Mach-E, I think, you know, kind of like a Ford Escape, Toyota RAV4, that kind of size of SUV. And with those, I'm getting all-wheel drive. So I think that, and you know, let's see, let's just look at the MSRP. 43,000 for any of those cars. I mean, I could get like a Mazda CX-5 Signature, heated, cooled seats, nice interior, all of that. So it's still more expensive than an ICE counterpart. It is still more, but it also, you've got the federal tax credit. So actually no, because after the 7,500 bucks, yeah, that brings it down a bit. I can't remember if this one qualifies or not, so don't quote me on that. I can't remember if it does qualify, then you're talking about a pretty substantial. I mean, if this was in the 30s, because of that $7,500 tax rebate, that'd be pretty solid. That'd be a pretty solid value. So let me know, guys, think about the pricing. Is this affordable enough to where, you know, it's exciting to you, or is it more so about the EV tech? Are you wanting more range, more charging infrastructure? That's the arguments that you always hear. Let me know.